Hey guys, welcome back to the Hardcore War Career Mode in Stormworks. Today, we're going to be doing something with our helicopter. Now, it's not going to be something that you'd expect us to build, I don't think, but we're going to do something with it anyway. So, let's go ahead and jump straight into the build process and see what we can do. Also, for those of you guys asking about our aeroplane, or our jet plane, I would like to work on it a little bit more. However, if you look over here really quickly, boom! No, wait, wrong one. Boom! There is no jet fuel left, so we can't actually build it. I'll build onto it until we deliver more jet fuel here. Anyway, let's get on with the idea that I had with the helicopter. Alright, so delete all of this. There we go. Delete all of this. Delete these guys. Delete all of those. There we go. And delete these guys right here. We're back to a base helicopter. We're going to delete the spotlights as well. And we're going to add a winch. Yes, we are. A bit strange so far, but that's okay. I don't know whether these are anything important, but that's okay. You might hear my cat in the background. She just likes crying. Okay, so in case you don't know what I'm doing, I'm not going to tell you. Let's go ahead and get ourselves an anchor really quickly. We're going to go with a cable anchor, I suppose. Yes, because then we can send some data through it. That's good. And then we're going to go for a warhead. Yeah, that's right. Large warhead. Whack that on the back. Excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect this to the winch. Which is just here. Connect the winch to the battery. On, off. This needs to go into there. Okay, and this needs to go into, I don't know, like spacebar, I guess? Yeah, that might not be a great idea, but it is what it is. We're going to go with up and down. So down is going to go on 6. And up is going to go on 5. Let's go ahead and label those really quickly. Alright, there it is. Wait, I haven't connected it together. It needs connecting with a rope, and then we might be able to do the weird, stupid experiment that I want to do. There we go. It is connected. Excellent. And now, let's see if we can actually fly. I don't know. This might be kind of tricky. Okay. So far, so bad. Oh, so far, really bad. Alright, be careful. Be very, very careful. Now take off. Ah! Alright, bad idea, bad idea. I have a bomb underneath me. Oh my goodness. Okay, turns out we can't lift that up. What about a small, two small ones, this guy, and a medium one. Maybe we can lift those up. I don't know. This is a really stupid idea. Like, it is a really, really, really dumb idea, but let's go ahead and see if we can lift these guys up. Yes, okay. We have it in the air. Very good. Now we just need to find a boat to destroy. As it turns out, there is actually no enemy boats around us at all. There is literally no one here. Which is kind of upsetting spaghetti because I wanted to try and use this. Is it a good idea? The answer is most definitely no. But I thought it'd be funny. So even if we see like a civilian boat, I think I want to test it out on that. We'll just fly over, we'll lower it down, and we'll see what kind of damage it can do. Let's just pretend that there are no civilians on the boat, and that the boat has nasty, naughty men on. Oh, I see a target. I see a target. Let's go this way. Alright, swing the bomb around. Yes! And we're going to fly straight over and try and land the bomb in the boat. Is it a good idea? No. No, it's not. But we have lowered it down quite a bit, so hopefully the explosion doesn't take out the helicopter. And we'll see what happens. I'm sure it will be fine. I'm sure it will not be fine. That's what I meant to say. Alright, come on. He's getting very close to the bridge. Oh no, it's actually a terrorist, man. And he's decided he wants to explode the bridge. So let's stop him. Here we go. Come on. We're swinging it over. We're swinging it over. This could be a terrible idea. I don't know why I'm doing this. Alright, here we go. We're going to fly directly into him. And... no. Okay, that was so close. Come on. Swing it back into him. Alright, swing it on him. This must be terrifying for that man. Oh! Okay, I sustained some damage. He has been destroyed, though. It totally worked. Okay, good. Anyway, that experiment is over. Let's return to our base, because, that was stupid. Alright, well, we've landed, so that's good. Obviously, if you guys seen it last time we landed here, we had a bit of an issue. In fact, we had a huge issue. So, we're hopefully not gonna have that issue today, but the likelihood is we're gonna have that issue today. Unless I can return it straight away, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, it says create vehicle, which is not the right one. So I need to push this into the water, and then I need to return it. Okay, push. Okay, I mean, it sort of worked a bit there. Let's just jump into it and push. Okay, push. Oh, come on. Get in the just get in the water, man. Go. Get in. In. Are you serious? How balanced is this thing? Alright, go. Go, 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 go. Come on. It can't. There we go. Alright, run, 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 run. We need to return it quickly. Please? Yeah, there we go. Okay, guys, I hate this boat. I thought I liked it to begin with, but I think I actually really do not like this boat. I don't think I like it at all, and it's really annoying because it's cool. Like, it is kind of a cool boat, but maybe when it's spawned in, it actually looks nicer than when it's not spawned in, but I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what is off with this, but there's just something I don't like about it, and it's really annoying me. Okay, do you remember this? We need to jump inside of this thing because, well, we're actually at the stage where we need more fuel. So, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to jump inside and we're going to travel all the way over to the refinery and we're going to do some refining. What I need to do first, though, is actually add a few little things in here. I need some watertight compartments so that if we do get shot at, we can actually save ourselves. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves this. We'll shove it up the side. There we go. We'll actually split it down the middle as well. There we go. All the way up there. And obviously this little bit right here. There we go. We're then going to go backwards. I'm only going to split it into a few separate pieces, not loads. And there we go. So separate piece right here, separate piece right here, separate piece right here, and of course, separate piece right here in the middle. So now we just need to add pumps into all of these, and then we should be good to go. Alright, well, there she is, floating once again. So, let's go ahead and jump straight in. And we're going to travel straight over to the... I was going to say the refinery. Yep, the refinery just over here. And do some refining. Before we do that, really, we should just go fill it with oil. But no, I'm gonna go straight to the refinery. We're going to spend 30,000 on diesel. And then we're going to sail it back. Alright, we are out of here. This is crazy. This thing is actually a very fast boat, which I completely forgot about, but look at it go. Straight underneath the bridges as well. And we're going to go straight over there. Alright, so how fast are we actually going? Where's our speedo? Do we not have one? Apparently it doesn't have a speedo. Okay. Okay then, that doesn't make sense, but sure. Alright, well... we'll just get straight in there. We'll go ahead and figure out how much fuel we can actually buy. And we'll just dump it in. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, well, we've made it all the way here. Is it going to be okay in reverse? I actually can't remember. So, we're going to figure this out together. Yeah. Alright, go this way and reverse. Alright, yes, it's revving like crazy. We need to sort that out, but it is what it is. And we have made it. Alright, that was actually really, really easy. That was really easy. Alright, turn these off because it sounds like they're about to explode. Okay, good. In this situation, what do? Well, we need to fill up the tanks, so let's just go ahead and run back this way real quick. And I guess we'll use the hoses that are here. I don't like doing it that way round, but it is what it is. Okay, I think this is actually for my diesel tank. Oh, that's for my diesel. Alright, hang on. We might as well fill up the diesel tank first. There we go. I don't know what these are for. I actually have I don't know what this button's for. This is the problem with coming back to something that I built a little while ago. I genuinely don't know what's going on. Also, this doesn't work. Alright, yep, there's apparently a... Oh, no, wait, actually. No, it doesn't work at all. That's good. That's good. So I have no defense. Interesting. Okay, looks like the tank is full. Let's go ahead and move this over to here, and, well, we're gonna go ahead and fill up the rest of this tank, which means we're gonna have a lot of diesel. We're gonna have loads of diesel, actually, so that's like 5,000 already, or 4,000 already. This is 11,000. Yeah, we're gonna have loads of diesel again. This is good. This is very good. Oh, I wasn't looking. We have spent all of our money, pretty much. Okay. 14,000 liters right there, and obviously 11,000 liters right there. Let's go ahead and go back upstairs real quick. Ladder, yep, there we go. And I'm actually gonna try and put this back, if I can. So let's just jump on here and just zoom across. Very good. We're gonna chuck this back in there, we're gonna turn this off, and we're gonna set sail again. That being the exact height of that is crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and start our engines. We are going to rev like crazy. And we should be able to just move. Oh, yes! Alright, very nice. Once we get back, we're going to go ahead and sort out this boat a little bit more. Because I want to change it up a little bit. I think it would look really, really cool if we extended it to have 2 fuel tanks instead of just 1. Also, we obviously need to fix this cannon on the front so that we have some sort of defense. And there we go, we made it back. Very good indeed. Okay, so, are we going to extend this thing? Yes. Should the draft on this be a lot bigger? Yes, it should. Is it going to be extended? No, it's not. And that's all fine. Okay, can I actually fix this? Like, what's going on here? So, what is this connected to? X, there we go. And then Y just needs connecting to... Oh, actually, no, that's not right. That's not right. We need some function blocks. Function, please. All right, there we go. Function inputs. Let's go ahead and chuck those. We might as well actually be attached to the cannon itself. Why not? So we're going to go ahead and shove those guys on the sides. Connect this one to there, which then is connected up to X. Connect this one to here and here, which is connected to Y. And go into each of these. X times... 7. I always do 6. And a lot of people just say 4, but that doesn't seem to work for me. Anyway, we've gone with 7. That should be fine. So now, this cannon should work, in theory. And the round should work too. The problem that we might have is the money. Although, actually, maybe the money's fine. Oh, no! We can't extend it because we're not going to have enough money to actually spawn it back in. That's kind of sucks. Although, we could give it a go. Oh, the engine is in not the greatest place. Also, the cooling on this, I don't want to do it this way. I think I actually want to use some radiators, I guess. So I might actually add some sort of radiators on the back somewhere. That could be interesting. But for now, obviously, I can't do anything with this. So we're just going to save it. And we're going to go to sleep somewhere. And then in the morning, we're going to figure out what we can do. Alright, we need to do some testing. So, what I'm going to do is essentially spawn in a decoy boat. We're going to sail it out there. We're then going to spawn in a platform. And we're going to start creating some missiles to fire at said boat. Now, honestly, we are going to be wasting a lot of propellant here. But, I say it's not really wasting because Well, we need the missiles to work. If we spawn something in and the missiles didn't work and we tried to fight something, that could be terrible. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So, we essentially need quite a large boat that is a decoy. Let's just build ourselves a hull and sail it out there. Guys, it's back. This right here is actually something that we used as target practice many times. This is my third attempt at a supply vessel, and honestly, it never actually got completed, as you can probably tell. Anyway, we're gonna zoom this out into the open, and then what we'll do is we'll build a little barge, and we'll see if we can launch missiles from said barge at this thing. And the ones that hit are probably the ones that work. So let's just keep going out a little bit further, and then we'll figure it out from there. Yeah, that looks like it's far enough away, doesn't it? Yeah, for a test anyway. Okay, so now what we need to do is build some sort of stable platform to build missiles on, I guess? Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll actually just build a box. Yeah, it doesn't have to actually be that big, but let's go and build this out to here. We'll then come out a little bit like this. There we go. Shove that back across there. And yeah, I guess we'll just go down a little bit here. I only want to go down a little bit. And then actually, I'm going to do this. I kind of think it'll be kind of interesting to do this. So that's why we're doing it. But anyway, let's go ahead and zoom this guy this way. We will attach this one from here to here. This one from here to here. This guy, I guess, is going to go in there. We don't need these. There we go. We'll seal this bit off as well. All the way down the edge. And, of course, the bottom. Yeah. It doesn't have to move or anything like that, so we are good. What we're then going to do is get some landing. I just thought these would look nice. So we're just going to go ahead and chuck these on here. So one there, and one here. One here, and one here. And then one in the middle. There we go. All right. That's what we're going to go with. We might as well make it look kind of pretty. So I'm going to do that next. Here we go. Wash that underneath. All of these guys. In fact, probably easier to just do this. There we go. And then if I jug this piece, this piece, and this piece, and then we just paint the bottom bit like this. There we go. And then all of this bit over here. And then I guess we will actually put some sort of water line on it. Not that this is actually where the water line is going to be, to be fair, but it is what it is. All right, good. There's our little structure for building some missile testing on. Why not? Actually looks pretty cool. I actually kind of like it. All right, so weirdly, what I'm going to do first is get one of the presets, and I'm just going to go ahead and smack it directly on here. I might actually put it facing forwards, and I don't know, maybe that'll be good. So then we can turn it around if we need to. So paste that there, merge this down with here. Oh, am I flying? It's flying. All right, drop it down. Now paste it. There we go. Merge this with this. And now let's see if the default missile will actually work. Okay, so if we pivot this the other way. Here we go. We got to turn it so it's facing that way. And then pitch. I'm not actually going to do any pitch, I don't think. Wait, what? 30? It's only 30. Is that all we've got? Really? Okay, well, I've turned the entire thing around. It is buzzing, and yeah, that is working fine. We're going to go ahead and pitch it up just a little bit, and then we're going to fire. If that hits the target... Excuse me? Right, if the default preset one doesn't actually hit the target, what am I supposed to do? Let's go ahead and try that again, just in case it was my fault, but I highly doubt it was. Alright, hang on, it's not buzzing anymore. There we go. Fire! Okay, it is going towards the target. It did actually hit the target. So we just have to aim a little bit higher, I guess. Okay, I've gone ahead and made this smaller because we actually were running out of money. Anyway, what I've done is I've taken some of the default rockets, or missiles, because, you know what, we might as well. Honestly, if they work, this is kind of the thing that I wanted anyway, although they are a little bit long. We could probably just delete, like, a little bit out of this and take some of the fuel out, to be fair. But we'll leave them as they are for right now. Let's go ahead and grab them, though, really quickly. There we go. Cut it. We are going to turn it sideways so that they are pointing at the front. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense to do. So there we go. Very good. We are going to have to get ourselves some sort of pivot really quickly as well so that we can actually aim it up and down. Let's go ahead and do that in the right colors. We'll actually attach those together. And yeah, weirdly, we'll actually have them drop down before firing. Could be interesting. Anyway, from there, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to lower this down by a bit. I'm going to attach this guy onto there. There's one, and there's two. And then essentially, we just need these attached together at the bottom so that, so that we can actually attach them onto a pivot that spins at the bottom. So let's delete these guys. Get ourselves, in fact, no. Let's have it mounted on top. Here we go. So pivot, velocity pivot, shove that on there. Attach these guys all together, and these guys as well. Merge this with this, and there we go. Okay, so far, so good. Okay, so to aim this, we're just going to go ahead and put these guys right here, and to fire each of them, we're going to get a button for each. Realistically, this isn't what you need to do, but there you go. Nice. All right, cool. Missile system sort of set up and ready to go. Well, sort of, anyway. So this guy is going to control up and down, and this guy is going to control left and right. Although that needs to go through a rotation thing, but we're going to leave it for now. We need a battery. Here we go. We're just going to go ahead and shove that on the front for now. That's okay. Connect this guy to here, 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 and here. We're then going to connect it to each of these, and those, and those, although that doesn't make sense. All right, good. We're then going to put launch on each of these guys. So that goes to launch. Launch goes to here, and launch goes to there. Very good. And then what else do we need to do? Is there anything else we need? I don't think there's anything else we need to do. That's it. Maybe. Is that right? Everything's got electricity. The composites all are in. Okay, let's test it out. What a weird little setup we have right here. It's so weird. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump up on board. There we go. We're a little bit unstable, which might make things actually kind of interesting. We're sort of the right direction there. That's good. We'll aim it upwards. Why is it turned? Why did it turn? Alright, that's weird. But let's go ahead and fire one off. There it goes. And if it hits the target, I'm happy. It missed. Fire another one. If that hits the target, I'm happy. Okay, right. They're definitely not the best. They are definitely not the best, but they are hitting the target, and therefore, I think they're probably suitable for our boat. And this will be the turret we use. Okay, we are down to 879 on the solid propellant, and what that means is we lost, what, like 30, maybe 40-ish? That's not too bad, or 45-ish, 46. Sure. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and swim over to this thing and hope that it can actually power itself back, because I'm running out of money. I didn't realize quite how much money we don't have, but we don't have much money. I swam all the way out here, and I should have just brought a welder with me, I'm not gonna lie. Look at it, it is so damaged in here. We were shooting it from that side as well, but this side seems more damaged than that side, which is weird. If we go downstairs, that is the damage downstairs. Go outside, there's obviously damage right there, and we are currently sinking, and that's not good. We've also got loads of damage on this side for some reason, and presumably, yeah, we got a lot of damage on the side and some damage underneath. Okay, I now need to swim back and come back out here with a welder, and then maybe we'll be good. It's turning to daytime, so we're on the swim back out. I have an underwater welder because I'm assuming that we might have damaged the actual motor with the shots. So I'm going to swim underneath, and I'm going to randomly, like, jab the side and hope that that fixes stuff around there? I don't know. I'm hoping that we can also make it back home before we sink as well, but I think that's probably possible. I don't know. Anyway, we'll go upstairs, we'll go ahead and fix this. Yes, underwater welders do work outside of, oh, look, it is broken. Ah, no. I don't know if I can fix that. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't fix it. That means we have to build ourselves a small boat so that we can actually tow it home. And when I say small, I mean small. This thing is going to be pretty tiny. So let's go ahead and do those guys right there. Chuck that guy on right there. Do one of these. There we go. And zoom it backwards like so. When I say tiny, it does still have to tow that big boat. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. That is going to be our hull. Let's go ahead and build it all together and hope for the best, I guess. It is also just going to be a, well, an electric boat, so we got to deal with that, but that's okay. So zoom that there, zoom this here, whack that on there. We're then going to go ahead and do these guys going upwards, and that should be easy. Easy to do. We then going to do this guy going upwards as well, and that's easy to do as well. So just whack this on here, bop, there we go. And then whack, I guess, this guy on here. Bop, 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 bop. Bop. Very good. And then we'll just zoom it all backwards, and that'll all be good. All right, there we go. I do have to just keep adding these guys, but that's fine. There we go. And then, I guess, yeah, we will actually just zoom it backwards. Although, realistically, having a flat bottom would be better. It doesn't matter. As long as we can power this thing and make it move, that's actually sort of all that matters. All right, zoom that across there. Go and do another one of these. Boop. And sort all this out. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Do this guy. Boop. And this guy. Boop. All right, good. Attach all this guys together. And do this on the bottom. There we go. All right, I'm actually just going to go ahead and zoom this across here as well. It is ugly as heck. This is so ugly. In fact, let's try and make it look a little bit nicer by doing this. Not that that really helps. In fact, that still looks extremely ugly. Like, really, really ugly. But, yep. I mean, the whole point of this isn't to look nice. It is just to build a tiny hull that we can use to tow the big boat back. Alright, so medium motor is going to go directly in here like this. There we go. We're going to get some gearboxes. I'm just going to go ahead and chuck those on there like this. 1 and 2. We're then going to pipe it straight out the back, and that should be fine. Alright, it's one higher. There it is. Okay, go ahead and shove one of these guys into there. Get ourselves a propeller. We'll just chuck that on the back. Here we go, and that's it. We just have to use that to get us home. Seat, we're just going to go ahead and chuck... probably a helm, actually, is what I want to use. There we go, a helm right there. We need some rudders, obviously, so that we can turn. We'll chuck those guys on the sides. I'll just do it like this. 1 and 2. Connect those guys, obviously, up to A and D. Boop, boop. W and S on here. We need some batteries on the inside. And these batteries will actually weigh us down, which means we should be a little bit more stable. Problem, though, is that they're kind of expensive. So there we go. That's all the battery power we're allowed. Let's go ahead and connect all these guys together. And I guess we'll just try and go from there. We are going to need a rope anchor. So we'll go ahead and chuck one of those guys right about here. There we go. We are going to need a rope as well. So let's go ahead and get one of those. And I'm actually going to chuck it back there. There we go. All right. Very nice indeed. Hopefully. Very nice indeed, hopefully. Sure. All right, spawn it in. It better float. It is floating. Let's go ahead and sail our way over and then bring it all back. Look at us go. For some reason, it really wants to tip over. I'm hoping that, although it is wanting to tip over quite a bit, it will be powerful enough to tow that guy back. All right, here we go. Yes. Grab the rope anchor, please. There it is. Touch it onto there. Go ahead and jump in the water. Hopefully I don't accidentally get pulled back and get chopped up. That would be bad. Connect it directly onto here. Alright, we're connected. Let's go. Alright, so slowly does it, at least to begin with, please. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, 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 I said slowly. Oh, my goodness. Is it working? I mean, it is. We are sort of tipping over, though, and that's not great. Alright, if we randomly throttle up a bunch of times, it is sort of working. This is awful. This is really bad. Oh my goodness. Alright, we flipped over. That's not really what I wanted. Not really. If it bounces into the water, we can stop. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hang on, I've got an idea. Watch this. Watch this. There we go. Alright, that might fix it. It might also not fix it. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, that flipped it over. Anyway, I'm going to spend a little bit of time just trying to get this back home. And then once it's back home, we can figure everything else out. And we are back. I didn't realize quite how expensive this thing was. To spawn it in, it is 72,000. Why? Why is it? How many blocks are in this? I guess there's... Oh, these probably cost quite a lot. Oh, they're like 10 grand each. Alright, yeah, cool. That's where most of the money went. Alright, well anyway, if we now get rid of this, then we're at a point where we've got $78,951 remaining. Very good. Alright, so the missiles work. Let's go ahead and put them on a vessel. Alright, so, this right here is, of course, the launcher that we built. Let's just go ahead and grab this. We're probably not going to be using the, the throttle levers. We're probably going to use a seat or something like that. But let's go ahead and cut this, and we'll actually load up an actual boat to put it on. And I think I wouldn't mind actually putting it on this boat, but doing it differently to this. Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do is delete all of this, delete all of that, delete this guy and this guy, delete every single one of these, all of that, all of these, even these two, all of this down to there, delete that guy, all of these guys, shove that in there, paint this, boop, there we go. We're then going to go to the front. I'm going to delete all of this as well. Yep, you probably weren't expecting that, but maybe you were, who knows. We're going to delete all of these guys, delete that, delete all of those. There we go. Yep. Alright, delete, 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 delete. Come on, get rid of all of these. Yep. All of that. Yes. Grab this guy, shove it in there, paint the floor, delete all of this, and this, I guess. There we go, delete these guys, they're not necessary, and that's not necessary either. Okay, so now we're back to, like, a basic boat. Interesting. Let's go ahead and save this as... we'll actually save it with missiles. We'll save it over this. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll actually put this on the front. Oh, we won't be able to see if we do that. We won't be able to see from the driver's seat. Not that that's, like, a huge issue, but, like, maybe it is. Alright, there we go. Merge that down. We are going to need a velocity to robotic pivot thingamabobby. So we're going to go ahead and shove that right there. Let's go ahead and connect this up. So output, velocity pivot goes to there. Delete these two, we don't need that. And we don't need any of these. Okay, so far so good. Right, so we need to connect this to current. And then this guy goes into here. Is there a look thing on this? There is, isn't there? Yeah, look X and look Y. So if I put that on look X... Oh, that's not quite right anyway, hang on. We don't want to do that. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do... Left and right goes to there. Is that... Yeah, I want it on this. I've already got one here, so... Let's go ahead and connect this to current. We're then going to connect this to here. Yeah, just straight on. That's fine. W and... No. Yeah, up and down is going to go on here and here. And then I guess all of this just needs some electricity. And then we're good to go? I'm pretty sure anyway. Yeah. So we got a velocity pivot so that can turn all the way around. That should be fine. And yes, it is on our old boat, so it's not quite the best, but we'll have to see what happens. Also, I kind of do want 5 of these instead of 3, but again, that is what it is. So let's go ahead and connect those all to buttons. So we'll go with 4, 5, and 6. 5 and 6. There we go. Alright, and that means now we can actually use this to go out on a hunt for some boats or helicopters or... I don't know. I don't know what it's likely to destroy. We're heading up north, guys, because that is where there is a helicopter. So, if we go ahead and shove this in here, there we go, we'll smack that so it's on, which I think it is. We have the missiles in front of us, obviously. Let's go ahead and get them ready to go. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're quite big, actually, aren't they? Yeah, and then we're ready to explode a helicopter, possibly. I also need to be ready to fire chaff, so that's a thing, too. Oh, wait, hang on, is that it? That might be it on the left. What do I need to do? Turn this off, there we go, turn left. Lower them down a little bit. Oh, it's firing at me. Press 4. Oh, I missed. He missed too. Kind of. Alright, okay, we're in a situation where he's too close. This is weird. It's a very strange situation. Alright, I think we're too close to him too, so... He just almost hit himself with his own missile. Okay, press 5. I missed again. Right, I think we need to get a little bit further away. And then, turn around and fire back at him. I think we're just too close now. I've only got one more missile to actually test this out. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and turn around now. We'll lower it down slightly. Actually, not really. Turn around. Come on. Yep. And fire. There it goes. And... it missed. Okay, so turns out these missiles suck. They are awful. Which, you know, we could have probably thought about beforehand. What I might do is change the settings on the missiles to make them a little bit better. And then I think we'll have a much better time. Anyway, on our way back, we need to make sure that helicopter doesn't fire a missile at me. So I'm gonna stare at it and launch chaff if it does. Alright, so the idea is, if we return this back to the base, there we go. What I'm going to do is go to each of these missiles. We're going to allow that to be 100, which it already is. And we're actually going to turn the burn rate down to something like 35. Because I think it being 35 will actually allow it to maneuver more in the sky. At least I hope so, anyway. I guess I could put multiple of these on. I don't know, is that true? Let's go ahead and try it. So we're just going to go ahead and take the same thing that we've already got. Alright, and shove it on there. Like that. Is that right? No. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Excellent. And then what we'll do is we'll connect that electricity to there, that electricity to there, that electricity to there. And then obviously the composite is going to go into here. Composite is going to go into here and into here. And that should be good. I don't know if that's going to help us or not, but I would assume so. Anyway, now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and spawn it back in. We're going to go to sleep inside of there, and I think the helicopter is on its way this way. So we're going to have to defend our base. Alright, it is morning. Let's go. Let's go. Sort these engines out and drive. Alright, interior lights, nav lights, that'll do. We can go. Yes. Okay, so I'm assuming that it'll be in the sky somewhere just north of us. I'm going to go ahead and aim these up automatically. That seems good. And then, yeah, we can just fire whenever we see it, but I don't know where it is. Is that it over there? Oh! Whoa! Whoa, wrong button. Okay, it's in front of us. I'm just going to go ahead and launch one and see what happens. Okay, it's gone. I don't know where that helicopter is. It's higher than that. Alright, launch. Okay, that missed by 1,000,000 miles, and that one gonna miss too. They all missed. By a lot as well. That's crazy. What's happening? I don't know. These missiles used to be, like, really good. They used to just go straight to it and explode it, but now, not so much. Whoa! Oh, no. Launch it. Launch a higher one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that just missed. That one only just missed. We have sustained a lot of damage here, but that's okay. What I can do is turn this around, actually. There we go. So let's say that he's over there, which he is. Let's lower it down a tiny bit and fire the last one. It missed. It missed by a mile. I don't understand. We're using a lot of our solid propellant here on something that just shouldn't be a problem. Uh-oh, I've just got back in, I spawned it in again, and I've added a laser this time so that when I go to fire it, we can actually sort of fire it automatically in the right-ish direction, which is nice. However, it still didn't really work there, did it? Okay, that should work. Yes! Okay. We hit it, and it is falling out the sky, so you just have to aim above it. Splash down, there we go, and exploded. Okay. We got 10,000 for that. So you just have to aim above, and it will hit. But that's not great. I need to do more testing with rockets. It's not something that I've really, been into, so yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. I just wanted to get to a point where we could use these. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. In the next one, I think we might strap some of those to a helicopter and maybe do a submarine hunt. That would be pretty cool. In fact, what if we do a submarine hunt with a bomb that we used at the start of this video? That would be very interesting. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.